Hi guys, I wanted to do a video here on the subject of the Iraqi Christians' plight in Mosul. Now these guys, Christian community there, they've been driven out of their homes and there's not a single Christian there at the moment according to Open Doors. Quite a reliable organisation. Why are there no Christians there? Well, if you haven't heard, there's a lot of trouble going on in Iraq at the moment. I know it's been overshadowed somewhat by the trouble in the rest of the Middle East. Israel, Palestine, Gaza Strip, Syria, but there is mention of Iraq on the news, mainly with the Kurdish people and the group ISIS who are fighting at the moment. But what's not really being mentioned, I've only seen a very brief mention of this, is that the Christians there are suffering terribly and they've been driven out of their homes. Not a single Christian there. What is interesting is that there has been a Christian community in Mosul in Iraq since the time of Jesus, despite all of the bad times, despite a heavy Islamic rule there and law. I mean, Saddam Hussein was there and there were still Christians that managed, a small Christian community, but they managed to muddle through. There is places of great archaeological interest for the church as well, for Christianity there. ISIS have come in, this Islamic fundamentalist group, ISIS, they've come in, they've blown up a lot of these archaeological sites of interest to Christians, and others they've taken over and converted and made modifications to. And for the Christians, they've driven them out. Most Christians have gone basically with the shirts on their back. They've got nothing, nowhere to go, and they've just been stripped of everything. This first started when the group ISIS came in and they decided they wanted to identify the Christians with this sign here, sprayed on the houses of the Iraqi Christians. Look familiar? Ring any bells? Haven't we seen this somewhere before in history? Oh yes. Oh yes. But basically the options the Christians were given were convert to Islam, pay a heavy poll tax, which was quite popular in medieval times with Islam. They would tax the Christians if they wanted to live under Islamic rule, but it was a very heavy fee, and the Christians were basically in subjection to the Islamic rulers and humiliated. So they're asking them to do this. Obviously not a very attractive option and an unfeasible option for most people anyway who haven't got that kind of money. Heavy charge. The other option was to get beheaded. Here's an interesting one for you. Get beheaded. Oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of people were queuing up for that. And the other one, of course, was to leave and be stripped of everything, which of course most people did. But it's created this mass exodus of Christians who are very needy at the moment, obviously. And the world is basically mainly unaware of this plight of our brothers and sisters. So I would urge you to go through Open Doors, this wonderful organisation that helps the persecuted church. It's so well organised, guys, as well. They really do so much. They have so many people helping. And you can give down there. There's a link. I would urge you to give £70. I know it sounds a lot, but that can help an Iraqi Christian family to survive. There's things like pillows in that pack, there's blankets, there's clothes, there's water, there's food and all kinds of things. Basics really a family needs to survive. If you can't give that, just give whatever you can. And I know there's all kinds of appeals there, but there's so many people after money here, there and everywhere these days, and so many needy people, and there's so much suffering going on. But this is a plight which is really not being highlighted by the media. So I've got to try and get a message out there to draw people's attention to it, and hopefully, people will give any way that they can, any amount that they can. Please consider it. I mean, just imagine you're in your home and an aggressive group of people turn up and demand money from you, demand that you convert to another faith, tell you to get out. We're going to take all your possessions, we're going to strip you bare of everything that you've got, all the things you've built up over the years, all your security, or you're going to be killed. How terrifying would that be? Could you just imagine that? Just for a moment, think about that. So I would ask you, if you've got a heart of compassion, if you believe that you need to help your brothers and sisters when they are in need, as the book of James says. If you see your brother in need and close your heart against them, then how can the love of God be in that person? It's no good just saying be warm and well fed, go and be blessed, but don't do anything about that person's practical situation. We need to act. We need to try and give. And it hurts sometimes to do this, but we've got to remember the things that we have are the Lord's anyway. These are only possessions. We can't take them with us when we die, guys. So if we're living in relative comfort, even if we haven't got much, we need to think about those who've literally got nothing and try and give sacrificially and prayerfully. And if you really can't give, pray for these people. Pray for the Christians there in Iraq and Mosul. What can I say? But check out Open Doors. Keep your eye on this. Keep praying. You can write to these people as well. Open Doors have a wonderful service where you can write to persecuted Christians and try and give them some encouragement. So that's it for now, guys. That's all I've got to say. I will say take care and God bless.